Craft beer is evolving. I mean, when we opened up, almost 7 years ago now, it's night and day different on what's on the market and how we're doing things. It's not just in Salt Lake, it's happening all over the state, really. And Utah, at least Salt Lake in Utah, is kind of the catalyst for it. And I think it's because Salt Lake City is a little bit more friendly towards that and embraces and sees what it can bring to the community. The technology is evolving, the beer is evolving, and people are really interested in it. It's awesome. I mean, it's really a cool place to be right now. I think the overall feeling is that, the rising tide floats all boats, and if everybody helps everybody, then everybody wins.
I'm born and raised in Salt Lake, and when I was growing up here, we had 3 or 4 breweries, right? We had Squatters in Wasatch, Uinta, Desert Edge has been around for a long time. Red Rock got going pretty early too, but it wasn't what you would call like a modern beer scene. Then about 2010, a law change came around and made it so that breweries could sell their own beer on site. That really opened it up, and Epic was kind of the first to the gate after that. They started releasing exclusively High Point beer, and they really proved that the market here in Utah was hungry for it. And ever since then, it's just exploded like the rest of the country, but we kind of have a bigger, distance to catch up. So it's really only now, a decade or more into the craft beer boom, that we're seeing Salt Lake really start to get caught up. It allows people around here to really specialize, and everybody who starts specializing is adding something completely new to the market. It's really cool. That used to be the misconception, that there's a small market in Utah and we all have to compete really heavily to get it. And I think with every new brewery open, we're just seeing, hey, all these new breweries are swamped. We don't need to fight over crumbs. There's plenty to go around. People in Utah want more beer.
The brewing industry here and everywhere else is very cyclical. So you get things like a lot of pubs opening, then you got a lot of bigger breweries opening, and then you go back to pubs opening again. And right now, I feel like the beer scene in Utah is always just a little bit behind the national stuff. And right now, we're really going crazy. A lot of these small breweries opening up, and a lot more breweries offering more options for beer, and different places, small pubs, also places that are like us that are opening, that are trying to be more of a production brewery. It doesn't have to be something new every time, but you want some variety. So it's great to be able to go to Fisher and have some beers, or go over to Proper and have some beers, and Epic and have some beers, and Uinta, you go to Wasatch. Everyone's really close. And when we opened, we were constantly calling somebody saying, "Hey, Bohemian, we need this hose for our canning line." They're like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Here it is. Get it back to us or pay us whatever." Ask for help, because the beer community is going to help you. They want you to help you. Everyone wants to see everyone else succeed. I want to do better than everyone else, but not at their expense.
A lot of people are breaking away and doing their own thing, and I think that's good for the beer scene. It's good for creativity. It's good for Utah beer drinkers. We do all kinds of funky stuff with our beer. We're small. We can throw beets into our saison like we do. We're gonna, in just a couple minutes, throw sage into some saison and some peppercorns into a saison. So we have all kinds of stuff. If we follow the trends of other states, I think that you're gonna see smaller and smaller places popping up, similar to ours, where the focus is on making smaller batches of beer. I think Salt Lake can support many, many, many more breweries. Can Salt Lake support 10 more Uintas or co-ops? I don't know, but it can probably support 10 or even 50 more small brewers selling their stuff out of little places like ours.